Just when it seemed like electric cars were taking over, Toyota made a bold move. The company's CEO revealed a brand new engine called the Dynamic Force engine, and it's already shaking things up. There were no big shows or early leaks, just a quiet launch with a loud impact. This engine isn't just about power, it's built to be smarter, cleaner, and tougher than anything we've seen. Some are now asking, could this change everything we thought about electric cars? Toyota isn't just keeping up, it's stepping forward, but is the world ready for what comes next? Join us in this video as we discuss the details. Toyota CEO confirms the new engine will shake the entire EV industry. Toyota has made a big move by launching its new Dynamic Force engine. This new engine could change how the car world works. It was made to improve hybrid cars and to fix the problems of old-style engines. Toyota's CEO said clearly that this engine would destroy the competition. And after that, companies like Tesla, Ford, and BYD started paying attention. While many car makers are working only on electric cars, Toyota has a different plan. Their plan looks at what people need today and many years from now. Toyota is still working on gasoline engines. The reason is simple: electric cars don't work for everyone yet. In places like India, Africa, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East, charging stations for EVs are still hard to find. In these places, electricity isn't always reliable, and setting up battery systems is tough. So, Toyota created something they call a multi-pathway strategy. This means they are making different kinds of cars: electric, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and even hydrogen cars. The Dynamic Force engine is part of this strategy. It gives more power, uses less fuel, and lasts longer than older engines. It's meant for people who can't afford an electric car but still want to save money on fuel and get better engine technology. People have trusted Toyota for many years because their cars last a long time and don't break down easily. That's one big reason Toyota is still working on fuel-based engines. They also believe that with new ideas, these engines can be just as good as electric cars. Toyota's engineers made many changes to how air flows, how fuel is burned, and how heat is managed in the engine. These changes help the engine work better while being kinder to the planet. The Dynamic Force engine is built using Toyota's TGA platform, which helps make cars stronger, more fuel-efficient, and easier to build. This platform lets Toyota use the same parts in many cars, which saves time and money. The engine can also work with different fuels like ethanol and hydrogen. That means Toyota won't need to change their factories if fuel types change later on. This new engine comes in 3 types: a 3-cylinder for small cars, a 4-cylinder for regular cars, and a V6 for bigger vehicles. All these versions can work with hybrid systems. Toyota builds these engines in many countries using local parts when possible. This makes the engines cheaper to make and easier to adjust for different fuel needs in each country. One big feature of the Dynamic Force engine is how well it turns fuel into power. Most old-style engines can only use 25 to 30% of the fuel for actual power. The rest is wasted as heat. The new engine from Toyota uses more than 40% less fuel, which is a big and better change. Because of the longer piston strokes, a smaller bore size, and a higher compression ratio, this has been made possible. This change in structure helps in producing more power and burning fuel better. An electric water pump is part of the engine's intelligent cooling system. This prevents the engine from overheating. Additionally, it features a unique fuel injection system that delivers fuel with greater power and cleanliness. Not all hybrid vehicles can use the Dynamic Force engine. It works well in regular gasoline cars too. That's important in places where electric and hybrid cars aren't common yet. And the engine's design makes it ready for future fuels like ethanol and hydrogen. That means even if fuel trends change, this engine will still be useful. Toyota calls it a future-ready engine for this reason. In hybrid cars, this engine runs quietly and only turns on when needed. Most of the time, especially in city driving, the electric motor does the work. This saves fuel and lowers pollution. The engine is smart enough to turn on only when it's really needed. This mix of fuel and electric power solves many of the problems people face with electric cars, like long charging times and high prices. Because of this, many people, especially in countries where EVs are still too new, might choose a hybrid instead. How did Toyota manage to build such a powerful future-ready engine? And what might they be planning next? Stay tuned for more. Engineering for the future and Toyota's super hybrid vision. This engine is not something Toyota made quickly. It took many years of research and testing. The work started in the early 2000s when the world was starting to care more about fuel use and pollution. Toyota had already made hybrid cars like the Prius, and they wanted to improve engines even more. They built a team of engineers in Japan, the US, and Europe, and gave them a mission: build an engine that uses less fuel, is better for the environment, and works with future fuels too. They looked at every small detail like piston movement, air and fuel mix timing, and how to control engine temperature. The team filed more than 300 patents for the new ideas they created. Toyota tested the engines in labs and in real-life settings, from cold mountains to hot deserts. They used AI and computer simulations to test designs before building them. That helped save time and money. The engine was also designed to work in cars of all sizes. The engine is already built to handle ethanol and hydrogen fuels. That means it's not just for today but for the future too. The engine releases very low amounts of harmful gases like CO2 and NOx. It meets the strict pollution rules in places like the US, Europe, and Japan. With fuel efficiency over 40%, the engine does better than most others when it comes to saving gas and protecting the environment. Some people thought Toyota had fallen behind because they weren't pushing EVs as hard as other companies. But this engine proves that's not true. It shows that Toyota was just working in a quieter, smarter way. Their vehicles will be more advanced, but prices can stay affordable. This super hybrid approach could be Toyota's masterstroke, a bridge between today's fuel challenges and tomorrow's electric dreams. While other automakers bet everything on battery electric vehicles, Toyota's diversified strategy ensures they remain competitive no matter how the industry evolves. The dynamic force engine isn't just an upgrade, it's a statement that internal combustion still has a role in a greener future. The real brilliance lies in the engine's adaptability. By designing it to run on multiple fuel types, Toyota future-proofs its investment. If hydrogen infrastructure expands, these engines are ready. If biofuels gain traction, they're compatible. This flexibility is crucial for developing markets where energy policies and infrastructure lag behind Europe or North America. Toyota's engineers also focused heavily on real-world usability. Unlike some EVs that lose range in extreme weather, the dynamic force engine maintains consistent performance whether in freezing winters or scorching summers. Its hybrid integration means drivers get the best of both worlds: electric efficiency for city commutes and engine power for long hauls without range anxiety. Critics argue that Toyota is slowing the EV revolution, but the numbers tell a different story. In markets where charging remains unreliable or electricity comes from coal plants, hybrids with this engine actually produce lower lifetime emissions than today's grid-dependent EVs. It's not about resisting change, it's about matching solutions to regional realities. The business implications are equally significant. By continuing to refine combustion technology while advancing batteries and hydrogen, Toyota avoids putting all its eggs in one basket. This mitigates risks if battery material shortages continue or if hydrogen breakthroughs occur. Meanwhile, competitors relying solely on EVs face supply chain bottlenecks and mineral dependency. Looking ahead, Toyota's roadmap appears to have three parallel paths: perfecting ultra-efficient combustion engines like the Dynamic Force, developing solid-state batteries for next-gen EVs pioneering hydrogen combustion and fuel cells. This trifecta positions them uniquely. When solid-state batteries mature, Toyota can phase out lithium models while keeping their engine plants operational for hybrids and hydrogen vehicles. It's a seamless transition plan most automakers lack. The human factor shouldn't be overlooked either. Millions of jobs worldwide depend on internal combustion engine production. Toyota's approach allows gradual workforce retraining rather than sudden industry upheavals. Governments favoring employment stability may reward this measured transition with policy support. Consumer habits also play a role. Many drivers remain uncomfortable with full electrification due to charging times, battery degradation concerns, or simply brand loyalty to trusted names like Toyota. The Dynamic Force engine gives these customers a stepping stone, a way to reduce emissions without abandoning familiar refueling patterns. Environmentalists might counter that we don't have time for transitional solutions. But Toyota's data suggests otherwise. Their calculations show that widespread adoption of these efficient hybrids could reduce global automotive emissions faster than waiting for full EV adoption in resistant markets. The ultimate test will come on the road. Early adopters of vehicles with the Dynamic Force engine report startling fuel economy. Some hybrids now achieve over 60 mpg without compromising acceleration. Maintenance intervals have extended thanks to reduced engine wear, and the simplified hybrid system proves more reliable than complex plug-in setups. As Toyota rolls out this technology across models from compact sedans to full-size SUVs, competitors face tough choices. Do they continue pouring billions into EV-exclusive platforms, or do they follow Toyota's multipath approach? Some European brands are already signaling a return to hybrid development after struggling with weak EV demand. The coming years will reveal whether Toyota's gamble pays off. One thing is certain, by refusing to abandon engine innovation while simultaneously advancing electric tech, they've created options where others see only binary choices. In an industry racing toward an uncertain future, that flexibility might be the ultimate competitive advantage. What do you think? Is Toyota's strategy visionary or overly cautious? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on the evolving auto industry.